Dandadan Chapter 169. Now, for most part, I've been reviewing One Piece. I haven't reviewed the last two chapters, which have been good chapters, because I'm tired of talking about One Piece. And I've been reading Dandadan since chapter 1. I have a video, hopefully, coming out this week about episode 1 of the anime. Hopefully I get it done before episode 2 is out. So by Wednesday latest, that video will be out. I've been reading Dandadan weekly since chapter 1, and I feel like now the anime is out, I can pivot to doing other manga now. Because I was going to do other manga, other animes, just not only One Piece. And Dandadan is a good place to start. Dandadan, maybe I'll do Chainsaw Man if there's a Chainsaw Man chapter tomorrow. I don't know if you're on break or not, but Dandadan chapter 169, title Find the Culprits. Last chapter, Momo was in the library in her liquid form, her chibi form, and a mysterious girl who we see at the end of this chapter is looking for her, or is looking for the other small man we saw 2 chapters ago, maybe 3 chapters ago. So we begin the chapter. Okarun is running through the halls of his school after the whole he bossed the whole field test, like the whole athletics test. He bossed it. He was the main G over there, and I know he's running to the library to meet up with the rest of the gang. We meet the teacher, who was also, I think, the last arc. He was the guy who came at the end to help them beat the guy in the whole weird immersed game, the board game. I think he only came to help beat the demon in that board game. So he's basically a teacher now. He's been acting like a teacher. We've known him since the beginning of last arc when he became a teacher in the school, and he's telling Okarun to stop running in the halls. He's asking questions about the club activities and secret discoveries. Okarun just wants to simply leave. He wants to leave. He wants to keep going to Momo and the rest of the gang, with Gigi, all the people. And the guy is just following. He's asking, what have you discovered? Where are you going? And he's like, yo, I'm in a hurry. Tell me another time. And the guy's like, nah, that won't do right now. And he keeps following. And he keeps talking about like noise waveforms, the relationship between plus and minus, He keeps going. Okarun is now speed walking. The guy is speed walking behind him. And then we talk about metronomes. Metronomes, how they tick, 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 and how bacteria move similarly. And then he says human cells make up only 10% of all cells in the body. The remaining 90% is made up of bacteria. In other words, instead of having true feelings, will a human's actions and characteristics instead of having true free will, a human's actions are decided by the characteristic vibrational frequency of the bacteria. And Momo like, Okarun is like, yo, that's crazy. That's tough, but whatever. And the guy asks, do you yield? I think he has a name. I haven't caught his name yet. He hasn't been around long enough. He asks Okarun if he yields. And Okarun just immediately yields, and there's this reaction. And compared to the end of the chapter, I feel like at this point, at the end of the chapter, the girl who was looking for Momo or the other small man is talking about yielding and how if a person yields, they gain their power. So they showed he wants, I guess, Momo's power. I say she should look for Momo. She wants Momo's power, she can take Momo's power. But this guy right now, he seems to want Okarun's power. But since Turbo Granny has gone missing, right now, even if he's yielded right now, there's not much power for him to gain. He's just gaining the power of a regular high school nigga. Or middle school, I don't know where they are. And thinking about this, I think Turbo Granny had an idea this would happen, because at the end of the last arc, Okarun had his powers when this guy was there. And Turbo Granny must be able to sense this was going to happen. So she simply said, no, I'm gonna duck out right now. So she left. So right now, unless after the fact, if like the rules are, since he yielded, he always gets his power. If Okarun gets back Turbo Granny's power, will we have a case where this guy has the power with Turbo Granny and now she's an enemy and we have to try and save her? I don't know, that's how it will go. But Okarun just simply walks away and the man has a knife like the girl had last chapter. Momo's talking about, the blade. She was carrying something like a letter opener, all that. We see all the gang apart from Okarun who's still making his way there, and they're all questioning like, yo, what's going on, what happened? Okarun walks in, they start talking about how Momo was attacked, all that, and then Momo climbs into, what's it called? I forgot her name. I'll put her name up on screen right now. Into her shirt pocket, and Okarun is talking to her with his face close to the Shodi's jacket pocket. And then she starts talking about how he's looking at her breasts. And then she's like, oh my god. So, to be very honest, with the way Okarun was going to confess and all that, I thought we were done with the whole Okarun and this Shodi's love thing. I thought we were done with that, and simply just Okarun, Momo, and then Gigi and this Shodi will get together. I thought that's how it was gonna go. Seemingly, no. Seemingly, that's not how it's gonna go. Maybe Gigi will get with the Shodi's glasses will be singing. I'm bad with names when it comes to Dandadan. One piece I know of the names, Dandadan I don't. So, we kind of see right now and she's like, yo, say you saw it and I'll forgive you. He said he saw it, and she's like, yeah, I fucking knew. And it's like, what the fuck? We keep going, this guy keeps going. She kicks the dude with glasses, the new member of the crew, and we're just chilling. And then Momo has a reaction where she's not very happy, but we keep going. She tries to attack him, all that. Not much really comes out of this. It's like a nice fun gag, a good chill moment, a Dandadan moment where the characters just all this chilling. We cut to the Shodi who was going to, I guess, get Momo to yield for her powers. And in the locker, just one locker by itself. And the way I look at it, compared to all mangas, animes, all that, Japanese lockers, from what I've seen most anime manga, there's usually just a locker there near the place where the people keep their shoes when they walk into the school. But there is one here. It seems to be somebody in there, or like a spirit or something in there, and telling them, you're doing shit all wrong. You have to make your opponent yield first. You cannot steal their abilities before they yield first. So this person has to make Momo yield first, then they can have their power. If Momo doesn't yield, they cannot have Momo's power, and Momo is very apprehensive about them specifically now. And the person in the locker says, I granted you the power, so you should be able to do that. You know, that's why I gave you the power, so you're able to do that, but you can't. And she says she still can't control it very well. And the person in the locker says, don't try to control it, confront your own desires. What kind of self do you wish to become? You can become the self you wish to be. And in this panel, it looks like, if I zoom in, if I can zoom in on the Manga Plus app, it looks like a bunch of small ghost type things, like a bunch of them, like just behind her, in front of her, around her. And chapter ends. We come back next week, and next week. If I check the Shueisha app, it says 14th October. Yeah, that's next week. 7 days from now. That's next week. So still a lot of questions about, who is the person? Is the person in the locker like all these small forms? Is the person in the locker like the full form? Or is like another person just give her the powers of this small triangle type demons? Overall, good chapter. It's Dandadan. Dandadan has not really had weak chapters in my opinion. I may be glazing, but I've enjoyed Dandadan from chapter 1 to 169. Hopefully I can keep going with Dandadan. I may take a small break from One Piece. The next One Piece video I will release will be the 10 chapter recap. The last One Piece chapter we recently had was 1128. So when 1129 drops next week, I'll begin working on the 10 chapter recap for the 1120s. And then maybe if a One Piece chapter is good, I'll talk about it right now. Like the day it comes out to the day after. I will start talking about stuff like Dandadan weekly, the anime weekly, because I want to do more anime reviews. The video is delayed because I still want to edit it properly in a way I'm happy with. Maybe I'll do more Chainsaw Man. Maybe I'll talk about random animes I like, random mangas I like. But overall, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you